Hello. So today we're going to be learning about alibi. And when we talk about alibi, alibi is a defense that may be raised by a suspect in the course of an investigation by the police, whereby the suspect claims that they were not at the crime scene at the time of the commission of the crime, and so it's not possible that they could have committed the crime. All right. Because for practical reasons, if the person was not present at the place where the offense in question was committed, then it would be wrong to claim that the person committed the offense. And so that's what the defense of alibi is about. Now, this defense of alibi is a defense that the suspect uh, can raise at the very point at which they are arrested. All right. So from the time of the police making the arrest, a suspect can, you know, present a defensive alibi for themselves, and that's very important because the defensive alibi is a defense that we say must be raised promptly and properly. And when we say it must be raised promptly, again, this means it has to be done at the earliest possible opportunity, which is why at the time of arrest, a defendant can already make that defense. And you see that failing to make this defense at the early stage of the investigation would mean that the court may not allow the defense to be raised at trial. Because if, for instance, the suspect never raised that alibi with the police throughout the investigation, and now you're at trial and you want to now maybe open your defense and you present alibi, the court will not allow you to learn that defense because failing to raise it early enough prevents the police from investigating to verify if your alibi is accurate, it is genuine or not. Because of course, if the defense of alibi that was raised and was accurate, was genuine, then the police would, of course, know that they have the wrong suspect in custody and would have to do further investigation. So it must be raised promptly. When we say it must be raised properly, and what that means is that it is not enough for the suspect to simply state that they were not at the crime scene. All right. It's also important that they must also give the police particulars of where they were at that time, and they must present, give evidence also to prove that, because the evidential burden of proving alibi rests on the suspect who's raising it. So if you have any evidence, for instance, CCTV footage, if you have tickets or anything at all, or any corroborating witnesses to testify to the fact that you were at a certain place at that time, then you could use that to prove your alibi. And when the suspect has discharged that evidential burden, it now falls on the police to disprove it. So that's how the defense of alibi must be raised. It must be raised promptly, which means at the earliest possible opportunity and not at a late stage of proceedings, and must be raised properly, meaning the suspect cannot just state that they were not at the crime scene, but must also provide particulars of where they were and provide evidence to prove it. So, hope you've enjoyed learning today, and I'll see you some other time. Bye bye.